I got a lot of technology actually. The network, the server, the virtualization, and starting from Mr. Mitra, he said that the AI and the blockchain, the 5G. I can start actually some of them, that URLLC, MIMO, EMBB, a lot of 3, 4, 5 letters acronyms are there. I'll not bore you to death. I just got a call from Sanjay Hinduja, who is my friend from Australia, and he told me, Sudip, this is 6:30, it's time for beer. I said, okay, fine, let me just do something else before I go for the beer. Are you still awake by any chance? Hello? Are you still awake? So I want to see some extra energy. Okay, I am full of energy at 6:30, 6:40. And I started the day actually at 4 o'clock from Mumbai. And I thought that I will still hold some energy for possibly a party in Calcutta. Next half an hour possibly, or 25, 30 minutes, my job is to talk like a practitioner. You know what, these technologies, all these things are there, of course, we understand that. But how it is applied in a company like us, and how we are going to get the benefit, how we are getting the benefit. And I'll give you some illustrations as some of the lessons that we have learned over a period of last 3.5 years. L&T is a company, last October, she said, and I have to talk about something about the company. The company is $20 billion company. It's one of the largest conglomerates of India, having business interests in more than 100 countries. And we are in the engineering and construction, we are in the manufacturing, we are in the IT, digital, everywhere, right? And we are one of the most ethical companies in the country. We're having a crystal rating of AAA, and you see some of the statistics. I'll not again repeat them. Now, why we are here? Why we are talking about the technology summit, and when our 70%, 80% revenue actually coming from core industry, which is construction, manufacturing. How many are here in the manufacturing? Okay, quite a few, just few, sorry. And how many are from engineering and construction by any chance? Not much. Okay, so what I'll do is, I will take up the engineering and construction to share my experience, because this is an industry. If you look at the Gartner chart of investment, technology investment as a percentage of revenue, if at the top the pharmaceutical is there, the banking is there somewhere, manufacturing is there somewhere, engineering and construction at the bottommost. Last 10 years, or probably 15 years, since I started the career 20 years ago, I haven't seen engineering and construction going even one rank up. So the amount of technology that is invested in the engineering and construction is so low that whatever we do today is going to be a big one. That's what we believed in. That's why when we started, 3 years ago, 2016, the CEO actually called us and called a lot of these large consulting companies for strategy. We got, you take the names of all large companies, starting from McKinsey to Bain to BCG, to Accenture, to IBM, you take any name, TCS, and I am an ex-TCS, ex-Cognizant guy. So anyway, all these guys came in, and they tried to do some strategy. And we saw thick papers, 1,000 pages to 2,000 pages paper, and they talked about some global transformation they have run. We had to take a little telescope to understand, have they done anything on the engineering and construction sector? Trust us, that we have seen just 1 or 2 names. Atkins, some of the Vinci's, some of the, in 1 or 2 cases, Bechtel. That's it. Out of 20 billion, our revenue is 12 billion in engineering and construction. In Bangladesh, we are building the Dhaka Metro, right? We are building a power plant in Bangladesh. I'm talking just about Bangladesh. In India, we build from a simple road to nuclear power plant. So we looked at this particular area that, this is devoid of technology. Let's look at our operations. And when we mean operations, is not, 90% of the organization live bloody in the site. They are not in the office. We are not in the AC buildings, our people are. 90% is the site in the Timbuktu, where they cannot be connected even. We're talking about 5G, 4G, we don't even have 2G. In the nuclear power plant site, we do not have any connect. We made a barrage in Andhra Pradesh, in Medigatta last year, where some 18 million, some volumes of concrete we poured. 50 kilometers, there was no connection. We put our own, towers. We put our own towers to get the connectivity through Vodafone and then got the connectivity. And then we actually did a lot of digital. I talk about that. So we thought that, we'll be going to the site. That's the engineering construction at the bottommost. Then we saw that the opportunity is there at the site, not at the office. IT-led transformation done. Let's look at the digital, go to the last mile, connect the machines. Connect those workmen, right? Connect those material that we are pouring in. That's the kind of challenge that we took. Thanks to our CEO, actually, who believed in this and believed in us. So if you look at the right-hand side, that is the area. And I can challenge you, not many people are there who will be coming back to you and say that, I have done it. Then second part is, if you look at the target impacted, everybody will talk about it. Everybody will talk about it in a controlled environment, in a manufacturing shop floor. How to reduce this, how to reduce that, how to enhance this, how to enhance that. Site, let me know who has done it. And that's our bragging rights, actually, we take it. I'm sorry for my arrogance. Then if you look at which are the areas, we looked at, multiple areas we can do. But we said, no, we'll not go anywhere else. We will simply do one thing, which is transform operations. Forget everything. Focus on transform operation at the site. And typically we will bring in the utilization effectiveness and obviously there will be profitability. And then what else? Technology, I have to talk about it. And we started with, as said that, we're talking about AI, blockchain, all these big things. We didn't have the connectivity. Starting from making our sites connected, 100%. That's one. Secondly, if there is no connectivity with the GSM, we'll put Wi-Fi. We'll put VSAT. It's an old technology, 20 years old. But we'll put that. If no connectivity works, GSM doesn't work, we'll put LoRa on our own. We'll put Bailey on our own, with the Bluetooth on our own. And we'll do it. Because all these are basic. I cannot talk about anything else if I can't connect my machine. Right? So what we thought that, first of all, the connectivity. But after that, we thought that anything and everything people are talking about today, whether it's a GIS, the geospatial engineering, whether flying drones to LiDAR, to sonar, to radar, you talk about anything which is related to defense as well. By the way, L&T makes the ships. Today also there's one inaugurated. We make right now, if you don't know, just a trivia, in south of France, the first hydrogen fuel power plant coming up, which is basically will be replicating the sun's, the reaction, the fission reaction which is happening in sun. It will be a perpetual power plant. The hydrogen will be taken from the atmosphere, it will be filled into the power plant, it will be running as long as the mankind is surviving. I don't know how many people are knowing that. 8 countries are involved in that in the world. India is one of them, and L&T is the representative of the company, of that power plant. Where the fission reaction will be, it has got a shell inside which the reaction will happen. And that shell is a very, very different kind, different technology, different kind of steel. Actually, we are making it in our Hazira plant. So those very specialized areas also, how do we do IoT? We do, this shell I'm talking about, that is also welded actually, very different kind of welding. But that welding also needs 6 sigma precision. And it is controlled by IoT. People used to do those kind of work earlier at 70 degrees Celsius, 55, 60 degrees Celsius, because it's so hot. Today they are doing it at 27 degrees Celsius. Nothing is done by them. They actually look at the monitor and changes. I mean, I would have loved to show you those things. So anyway, coming back to the technology. So we haven't left any technology anywhere. We said that anything and everything will be experimenting. We may fail. In fact, the first thing, my CEO actually, when he recruited me, he told me that, Sudip, you'll have to try. And if you fail, you retry. If you fail, you retry. But if you pass, you have to scale. Remember, this company is $20 billion company. The scale is, you can't even imagine. Because I came from a company which is $4 billion just before that. And I could understand that there was a kind of linear effect, but actually when I came in, I saw it's not a linear effect. It's actually quite a bit of different kind of equation there. But having said that, what we have done is we have experimented with everything. Some of the things I have to talk about, not everything I'll talk about. So IIoT solutions talk about, which is basically connecting machines. Now when you are talking about the machines, it is not about in the plant a static machine. Think of the machines which are actually in the construction field, which is moving in the rugged area. How do you connect them? I'll talk about it a little later. So that's IIoT solutions. We have done artificial intelligence at site for the safety, whether people are wearing the vest or the helmets. From there, we have done in Allahabad Kumbh Mela the facial recognition which helped the crowd management. You know, the millions of people are coming in the Kumbh Mela, right? And we did the crowd management through facial recognition technology. From there, so this is how AI was used in crowd management, from there to the safety at the site. Workmen safety. This one thing, we believe that, in L&T, we have 300,000 workmen. Workmen means the laborer who work at the site. 300,000 on any day. That's the scale of our operation. Now these 300,000 workers come in and go. Who knows what is the productivity? So many companies are there, including us, 80-year-old company we talk big. Nobody knows a gang from Nadia in West Bengal, a gang of 50, if they go to Punjab at -5 degrees Celsius to do some transmission tower work, what is the productivity of them? Does anybody know? Any of the companies know it? The productivity, the utilization of any gang. Gang means, the group of workers. Can we say anything about them, the same workforce, if they go to Tamil Nadu and work at 45 degrees Celsius in a different kind of work? There's nothing. Yeah, I'm very passionate about it. Possibly, these are the questions that we asked ourselves. And we have been challenged royally by the entire management. First, know your business. Luckily, I'm a civil engineer by my academic. So I understand a little bit of civil engineering as well. So workmen safety. So how do we track the workmen? How do we understand the productivity of the workmen? Possibly there's a section, I'll go by that. I'll go to that and talk about it. We have done the robotics, we have done AR, VR. Now today, if you go to a L&T site, you'll be seeing that people are trained on VR gear. We don't do any more on the PowerPointing or the film. They actually literally look at they wear the gear, and on the virtual reality modules they get trained. Yeah, this is our number of arrogance we talk about. So we have connected 12,000 plus equipment. And when I'm talking about the equipment, these are all real. Again, I'll be concentrating on a little bit of construction here because that's the industry I've chosen for today. And 12,000 equipment. And it could be a static genset or semi-static genset, diesel generator set, to a motor grader, which is quite a few $1 million equipment, to a batching plant, which is a concrete maker, which is another quite a few crore equipment. So all these are connected. Today, I know, or even our CEO knows, which site, which batching plant is producing how much. What is the utilization of the machine in the last 1 hour, last 24 hours, last 7 days? What is the mix that has been fed? Means the cement, the water, the different types of aggregates, how they have been fed. What is the mix, what is the ratio? And he knows it, and he knows it, everybody knows it. It's so much of transparency we have developed within the company. Then I'll talk about few numbers here. Then look at the number, 165,000 safety and quality forms. It's an industry where everything is Excel, everything is paper. Right? Everything is A4 paper. The safety guy, he goes to the site and there's some questions, some 20 questions. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, not applicable. All the forms. It's been going on. 1990, I talk about it. I'm ashamed to do that, but I'll be talking about it. 1990, I did my internship in civil engineering here in Durgapur Steel Plant. And the same process, when I went back to L&T in 2017, the same process I saw being followed. 1990 to 2017, I stayed in US, I stayed in UK. 12 years I was there. I served largest of the banks, largest of the insurance companies in the world. I've been part of the Lloyd's banking. And I saw at this pasture, 1990 to 2017, in 27 years, a simple process was not digitized. I felt ashamed. I saw that, I did so many things, but I didn't do anything for civil engineering and for this process. And we are changing this process now. First of all, what we targeted is completely mobility enabled. So we have given all these forms mobile. Because most of the people are actually on smartphone today. If somebody is not, we are insisting, just go for it. In some of the cases, if they are so poor that we are buying it, but do it. But that's needed. We will not go for any more A4 papers. And what is the result of that? That's very interesting on 165,000 forms. Average 3 to 4. Average 3 to 4 papers, A4 pages. And it comes down to actually last year we have estimated that 4.2 million pages, A4 pages, which is equivalent to actually, I did a calculation of 400 full-blown trees we have saved. Nobody will talk about these numbers, the number of trees, how many have saved. The paper is saved, A4, yeah, 4.2 million. But I've actually gone ahead and tried to understand how many trees we have saved. 400 full-blown. So there's a kind of work we are trying to do, and we want to change this industry, the characteristics of this industry, and we are determined for that. Another interesting subject, another interesting statistics is the 18,000. We believe that we have got employees. In the construction, we have got around 35,000 employees. And we believe that unless people are using digital solutions, I will not talk technology, that's why. I will not throw AI-enabled solution or blockchain solutions at you and you do whatever you want. No, that's not the way to do it. We believe that if I throw a technology to you, you should be using it. Not that by push, at some point in time, we'll love it. Yes, there will be push, there will be cultural change, there will be different kinds of enticing stuff. We have done gamification in the company. In a company, brick and mortar company, gamification. I was talking to Suresh today while coming from the airport. We have done gamification in the company to popularize digital. Have you heard of gamification, by the way? Banking industry probably heard of. Banking industry do it, and I know that some of the shared services companies do it at the back end for processing faster. We did it in the brick and mortar company. We actually ran it like an IPL, like Indian Premier League, cricket. If you are targeting today 100 cubic meter of earthwork, if you are doing 80%, you'll get 2 runs. If you do 90%, you'll get 4 runs. If you do 100%, you'll get 6 runs plus a free hit. We did those. I would have loved to show that. Actually, it's going to be the Michigan University case study very soon. So, why this important? We believe that if people are not using it, whatever technology we are throwing, whatever money we are spending, all are sunk. So what we are trying to do is we are training people and making sure people are at least 1 or 2 they're using as a solution. Very quick now. I'll just increase the pace at the moment, right? So first is connected equipment. Connected equipment is, as I said, 12,000 machines we have connected. Now, I will not play the video. Just leave it. For this video, I will not play. So basically what we have done is different types of sensors we have put, depending on the machine, depending on what. Okay, just please play this video. I will not talk much. Just have a look. Have a look. No, I'm not tired. This is quite explanatory. But yeah, not. This is not running here. Check that. Okay, leave it. Leave it, it's not coming. When you click on it, okay, that's fine, just leave it. Okay, so basically it is talking about, what kind of sensors. For this particular machine, what kind of sensors we have put and where. As I can see that this is a quite complex machine, right? And we have tied up with some of the US technology companies and did it in such a way, the amount of productivity we have got and it'll be, in the very normal scale, we have doubled the productivity of the company, right? And some of the cases for very advanced technology when we used, we actually got 4 times the productivity on this. These are the kind of machines that we have connected. And trust me, these are not, it looks like some of the machines are easy. None of them are easy. Especially tower crane and all, it's really difficult and different machines. Right? Next is the workplace safety. This is where there is also a video. I think it will not work. Again, this is, I'll talk about a little bit. You know what? We have put the RFID tags here, or the BLE tags, or the LoRa tags here, and on the helmet. And we put the gateways, and we have zoned it, geofencing. Through geofencing, we have zoned the areas, because we wanted to know if people are actually supposed to work on 22nd floor in a building when they are constructing, they should be on the 22nd, not 40th. If they're on the 40th, if God forbid, if anything happens, I'll have to press my response team, and I'll not be knowing even where he is. So basically, safety is the first. But as a collateral gain is the productivity. Now, we got to know what is the idea of, if you have any idea about the construction or in this particular, this is a subcontinent, very similar kind. Do you know in a 10-hour contract, how much a person work in the site? Any idea? Any idea? Any guess? Any guess how many hours of work people are putting in a 10 hours contract in a day? Normal workmen I'm talking about. How much? 50. It is 4.5 hours. 4.5 hours. In Europe, it is 7.8 to 8.2 hours out of 10. Here it is, in this subcontinent, it is 4.5 hours. If you do the maths, 300,000 people we employ per day into half an hour, into per hour money. We saw that just simple half an hour, if we can increase, we will be adding 300 crores to our bottom line. 300 crores, that's the maths. Even 50% if they're available within that half an hour extra, we'll be getting 150 crores in our bottom line. That's the business case that we have. People talk about business case, right, in digital. 150 crores, we're at a 50% productivity if we get just extra half an hour. We're paying anyway. We'll be getting back into our business case. So it's an amazing case study. I mean, I can talk hours after hours after hours. And we do this. Recently, so a lot of big industrialists actually come to us just to see what the control center that I have put up. Recently, Anil Ambani came. In fact, so many names are there. In fact, I presented a lot of times. So when we talk about these numbers, they actually they feel that this is surreal. And we talk numbers and we're showing completely bare. Just see the data. It's up to you. Next one is, I talked about, the VR AR that we use for that. I'll just leave it there. So another is one is a connected equipment, second one is a connected material. I'll give you 5 minutes. 1 minute. Okay. Okay, I'll stop just after this slide. Okay, so this is this is a connected material. So, the one is a connected workman, second one is a connected equipment. The third thing is a connected material. So how do we account the materials? 70% of our projects, actually our 1,000 crore projects, 70% are actual materials. How do we track them? That's another. This actually I would have loved to show you again. This is the GIS, the geospatial engineering, where our huge investment is going on. We have got 55, 60 people are actually working on this. I don't know how many actually, the forestry management or very large and wide area work if you do, you need to have a different kinds of technology. So this is the GIS technology that we are invested in, and we are investing, and we've got a very specialized team. Quite a lot of PhDs are working into this direction, and it is AI enabled as well. I leave it here. Okay. The statue talks about our capability not only engineering, but also on the digital. When we built this statue, this has got a lot of international accolades. I don't know, this is the tallest statue in the world now, right? It's near Baroda in Gujarat. This is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel statue. And when we built it, if you look at all these small parts in the face, these are actually all bronze panels. All these bronze panels, when we imported those panels, it was actually RFID tagged. For next 10 years, it will be tagged for this maintenance. So the entire supply chain was based on electronic tagging. I'll leave it there, but this is a very specialized subject. Again, connected materials, and it's a connected project example, and we have got huge amount of, quite a number of international awards for this. Thank you very much.
Well, that was